Assalamu alaikum everybody and welcome to the 18th video of number systems. So in today's class we'll be learning a topic called as operations on real numbers. Operations on real numbers means the different kinds of formulas that can be used to simplify real numbers, different kinds of identities. If you remember in last year, in previous class you had studied something like a plus b whole square, which is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab. This was there in 8th standard. You had something like a minus b whole square also. A minus b whole square equals a square plus b square minus 2ab. Then you had one more identity called as a plus b into a minus b is equal to a square minus b square. So these three identities we had learned last year. Similarly, we will have some more identities in number systems chapter which are on real numbers, and let us see the identities first and then we'll move on to do the problems. So identity number 1 is root of AB is equal to root A root B. It means if I have root on two different numbers, that means that root can be taken both for the first number and for the second number. Example, if I have root 5 into 3, that means this root can be taken for 5 and that root can be taken for 3 separately. Okay, that is the meaning of first identity. Then second identity is root of a by b. Again, root could be separated only for a, then root can be taken for b. Example, if I have root of 5 by 2, I can take it as root 5 divided by root 2 separately 2 times. So root can be taken twice, both for numerator and for denominator, just like how we took here. Then third one, root a plus root b into root a minus root b is equal to a minus b. Please try to remember one identity from last year. A plus b into a minus b is equal to a square minus b square. Last year's identity, which we have learned in last year. So if you compare it with this identity, we just have roots. Root a, here a, root b, here we have b. So very similar identity. So root a plus root b into root a minus root b will be a minus b. Here it will be a square minus b square. So if you remember the last year's identity, it will be very easy for you to remember this as well. So that is our third identity. Fourth identity is on one of the terms there is no root, on the second term there is root. That is a plus root b, a minus root b. First term here, no root. Second term and second term we have with root. So the answer will be a square minus b. It is important for you to remember all the identities, and in notes also you should write this heading and write down all the identities before you start doing the problems. Then root a plus root b into root c plus root d is root a, that means you will multiply a and c first. Root a into root c is root ac, then a you will multiply with d. Root a into root d will be root ad, then you will multiply second term with this one. Root b into root c will be root bc, then root b into root d will be root bd. That means root a with root c first, then root a with root d. We have done this kind of problems last year as well. Then b with c, again b with d. Okay. Then last one, root a plus root b whole square is equal to a plus 2 root ab plus b. If you remember an identity from 8th standard, you had a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. It's a very similar identity, but along with the roots. Okay. So now how will these identities help us? So if they give us a question and ask us to simplify, we will have to see that question is looking like which identity, or it is in the form of which identity, and according to that we will have to do our simplification. So I'll do one question on my own and then I'll give you one as homework. So example, let us start with, I'll mix up example and exercise questions so you can directly write it after the identities. So I'm also doing example problems and exercise problems together, and you'll have to learn both. So root 3 plus root 7 whole square is the question. Root 3 plus root 7 whole square. I'll have to simplify this. So I can make use of the last identity. What was the last identity? Root a plus root b whole square. And for that, what was the answer? A plus 2 root ab plus b. So you have to look at the question and then see according to the question which identity can be used. So the given question looks like this identity, right? Root 3, root a, root 7, root b, whole square. That's why you have to make use of this identity for this question. Now, in place of root a, I have root 3. In place of root b, I have root 7, whole square. In place of a, I have 3. So here in place of a, I will write 3 plus 2 root a. A means 3, b is 7. So if you want, you can write a is the first number 3, b is the second number 7. It will be easy for you to write down. So 3, and if there is no sign in between, you will have to put multiplication sign. Then b. Don't write 3 and 7 together like this. It will become root 37, which is wrong. So what you have to do is 2 root, the value of a is 3. Don't think the value of a is root 3. See, root and root is there, but in place of a, we have only 3 inside. So a will be 3 and b will be 7. 3 into the value of b will be 7 plus the value of b is 7. 3 plus 2 root, 3 sevens are 21, you will multiply, plus 7. Then you will add this 3 and 7, so 3 plus 7 will be 10, plus 2 root 21. This is going to be your final answer. But now please don't get confused and add 10 plus 2. 10 plus 2 cannot be added. So you will think 10 plus 2 is 12, so you will write the answer as 12 root 21, which is totally wrong, because these two are unlike terms. I hope you remember what are like terms and unlike terms from last year. Unlike terms because this has root 21, this does not have root 21. So they are two separate terms, and unlike terms cannot be added or subtracted. So now here 3 and 7 can be added because there is no root, nothing. They are just natural numbers. 3 plus 7 will be 10. Remaining is 2 root 21. I hope you have understood this question and you have also understood how to do this. So whenever a question is given, look at the question and see which identity should be used, and according to that identity you will have to solve the problem. Okay, so I will give you 2 questions as homework and I want you to try them based on different identities. I will give you the same identity today, and in the next class we will try some more identities. Try for root 5 plus root 2 whole square as your homework, and also try one more, maybe root 3 plus root 2 whole square. So try these 2 questions using the same identity and tell me what answer you get, and submit the answers on the Google Classroom app. Please, if you have any doubts, let me know so that I can clarify. We will continue with the remaining problems and remaining identities in the next class. Thank you for watching the video.